We're going to be starting solids soon, so let's prep some baby food. First, I would say essential is some kind of food guide like this, especially if you're a first-time mum. Even as a third-time mum, I still find myself going back to this and refreshing my memory before each of my babies starts. Solids, this is the Boob to Food, Milk to Meals book. There is so much good information in this book about weaning and formula and how to start solids and when to start solids and vitamins and nutrients that your baby needs. So many good first food and meal ideas and ways to introduce foods to your baby. So what I'm going to be making today is a sweet potato and liver powder puree. Liver powder is a really great source of iron, vitamin A, vitamin B, omega-3 fatty acids, like so many good things. Zinc, copper, like so many good essentials for your baby. Trust me, with my first, I did buy actual liver from the supermarket and tried to cook it up, and it made me gag. The smell sucks, so this is a really good alternative. This is the one that I use. The brand is just thankfully nourished. And I'm gonna be blending everything up in my KiddoKook Pro. In all of my years of being a parent, have never used a baby food maker machine. I've always just boiled, roasted, blended my purees myself. But the fact that this steams and blends all in one, that is like the biggest selling point to me as a busy mum now with multiple kids. I'm gonna fill this with water and run it through a sterilizing cycle for 10 minutes. And while I'm doing that, I will chop up my sweet potato. It says to fill it up to the red line. I'm just gonna press sterilize. And I think that's gonna start sterilizing. Well, that is doing its thing. I have peeled and I'm about to chop up some sweet potato. I like doing sweet potato first when introducing solids. Things like sweet potatoes, or even honestly like chicken drumsticks or a lamb shank, something like that versus just giving some avocado or some banana. So love ghee. This is the one I get. It's grass fed. I just get it from Coles. Rich in vitamin A, D, E, K, high in omega-3, 6 and 9 fatty acids. It's completely lactose free. Really easy to digest, like a really easy to digest form of, I guess, dairy, and a good way to introduce an allergen to your baby. This is why I love this book, because it's got all the information you're gonna need to know about foods and mixing foods and how to make like a good meal for your babies. It says vegetables are best digested with some nourishing fat, and the vitamins in the vegetables are best absorbed with the fat. So they recommend adding some kind of healthy fat when you make your vegetables. If you're gonna roast them like this, or steam them, or blend them, adding something like marrow butter, coconut oil, ghee, really is gonna help your baby digest them. Another thing, I love bone broth. I love using bone broth to kind of thin out the puree. I don't have any, so I am gonna be using some melted ghee, which is just finished. So don't be afraid of adding like some flavor. I'm gonna add some rosemary leaves to this puree. So I will show you some of Kiddo Kitchen's other products that they sell. They sell freezer trays. I'm gonna be putting mine into these ones to put in the freezer. It's all dishwasher safe, freezer friendly, like a squeezy pouch. They sell cutlery. They sell these things because if you know, your baby will get to a stage where they want to throw everything off of their high chair, and this just means that you can tie this, say, around their drink bottle, tie it to the high chair, and then they can't throw it away. There's 1 minute to go now, and it is probably the perfect time to tell you that I do have a discount code with Kiddo Kitchen. So Montana KKP will get you 10% off of the KiddoKook Pro. And that's not all. They've been generous to give me a second discount code, Montana Extra, and that will get you 10% off of any of their accessories, which is just incredible. If you didn't know, Kiddo Kitchen is Tweety Cam's other company, so I am working with both of them and for both of their companies, and I'm just obsessed with them, and I would not talk about them if I didn't love them, and I love them. Hello. Let's get steaming now. I am so excited. I'm gonna take out the little basket and fill this with the sweet potato. I feel like I've made my chunks too big, so I'm gonna do 2 batches at a time. Make sure it's in the slot properly. Make sure the lid is on and locked in. As you can see, it has an LED display, so I'm just gonna press steam, and the automatic time it goes on to is 15 minutes, which I think is gonna be okay. Let's wait and see. I don't know if I should be lifting this up while it's steaming, but I just wanted to show you it does have some recommendations and times on the side for steaming. So I'm just gonna pop this down, let it do its thing, and I'm gonna go and make myself some lunch, and I'll come back when it's time to blend. All right, 15 minutes is up. I just thought I would show you the consistency. So you can pretty easily pierce it with a fork. So I feel like 15 minutes was perfect, but what I'm gonna do is take this out and add the chunks that I couldn't fit, and then I'll come back and blend it all. Okay, so the second batch has finished steaming. I've just transferred it into the mixing bowl. I'm gonna add in the sweet potato I did before with just a little bit of water because I don't want it to be too chunky. So I'm gonna put all of my chunks in here, add my liver powder, my ghee and my seasoning, and blend. A serving of this is just half a teaspoon. I'm gonna press the auto blending button and pray that it's not too loud, that it doesn't wake my kids up. Taking it off to check the consistency because this is how I like it. Like, it's still quite thick and a bit lumpy when I make my purees. So there you go. That is how I make my baby purees with the KiddoKook. I'm gonna transfer my puree into these molds and freeze them. That was so easy.